On the 13th of February, a transplant of stem cell-derived nerve cells was administered to a person with Parkinson's at Skåne University Hospital in Sweden. The product has been developed by researchers at Lund University, and it is now being tested in patients for the first time.
So now we've finally transplanted the first patient in the STEM-PD trial. And the STEM-PD trial is a stem cell therapy for Parkinson's disease, and this is something that we worked on for many, many years. And now we're at the stage where we're finally testing this in patients.
We have two steps. The first step is the planning steps. Then the patient is scanned with MRI, very high resolution. And at those pictures, we do all the planning through the brain, where we are going to put the cells. Then we use a specific frame, stereotactic frame, that is put on the head of the patient. Then we use a specific instrument that can deliver the cells to the target.
So this first trial is the first time we test these cells in humans, and it is a safety trial. So we're looking to ensure that these cells are safe. But of course, we're hoping to see that the cells survive and produce dopamine in the brain.
So this is a picture of human nerve cells that have been produced in the lab from stem cells. And what we're seeing on the picture is that these cells have now produced really beautiful neurons with these very long processes that are now filling up the entire cell culture dish. And this is exactly what we expect will also happen when we transplant these stem cells into the brains of the patients, that they will now start maturing, sending out these long processes and start communicating with the patient's own brain cells, and will then start to produce dopamine that's needed in the brains of the patients.
These cells that we are transplanting are actually immature, so they need some time to mature in the adult brain, and that will take at least a year, maybe even longer. So we won't expect to see any changes before in 1 year's time.
Further studies are required to move this first-in-human trial all the way to global treatment, but this is an important milestone.
Our long-term vision with this type of therapy is that we maybe have a treatment that we can offer to patients, that we can give in the beginning of the disease, like a one-time treatment, and that will last for the rest of the patient's life and make it possible to reduce the medication that patients otherwise need.